Hello and Assalamualaikum. We are from Group 3 and we are going to present about the shortage of UPM buses. And I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Amshar Amzar bin Shandro. My metric number is 197663.
Hello, my name is Ahmad Bilal bin Isa and my metric number is 196836.
Hello, my name is Zhao Hao. My metric number is 199499.
My name is Abakar Madali. Metric number 191456.
Hello, my name is Joe Jim. My metric number is yes03003.
Hello, my name is Mao Chen. My metric number is 195664. So let us continue our report. So I'm going to start about the shortage of buses in UPM. Reports made to persuade the University of Malaysia management to improve the shortage of buses. Due to record, as we see that there are several objectives. First one is that to investigate the effectiveness of the bus system available at UPM. And second one is to know if students are satisfied with system of UPM buses. And third one is to find out if the shortage of buses make students to go to class late or not. The last one is that to improve the system of transportation in UPM more effective. Now we are going to the part of problem statements. The first one is the shortage of buses lead to students waiting for bus for a long time will cause them late for class. As we know that it's a ridiculous time schedule for the student to manage that time to take the bus. So many students will be late for their class because of this of buses. And second one is like bus stop will be crowded. We know that the first problem is like there are list of buses in UPM, and also somehow the buses will be late at bus station. So when the bus late at bus station, a lot of students will gather there, will gather at bus station, and the place will be so crowded. So especially for some students who are having class in peak time around 8 a.m. in the morning to 5 p.m. in this time. So this the causes of it will make students late for their class and to make the bus station always full during this time. The third one is that for students find problem in managing their time because frequency of service and the schedule are not paradigm. Well, sometimes the time when the bus comes to the bus station is not at the same as the student having class in their faculty or somewhere. So, for example, like in the morning when the student have class at 8 or 9, but the bus will come at 10 or 11. So this time is not parallel to all the students in their faculty. So it will be cause the problem of shortage of buses. So I'm going to pass my partner to the examples. This is one of the examples of the bus station, the crowded bus station. The next one is like fact and statistical.
Okay, so I'll be elaborating on the result of the study or the investigation. So I will move forward to show you what we get to the survey. As you can see, this is our the evidence. This is the information we got. This is the gender, and the other one is age. So we have 127 female, which is 51%, and we have male 122, which is 49%. So this means that the gender side is the female who answered the question, and the male also who answered the question. So it's almost 50-50. So the next is age. As you can see, the age also, like we have 18 to 25 who answered 217, which is 87%. And the next is 25 to 30. 25 to 30, we have almost 23%, 23 people answered, which is 9%. So next is 35 to 40. 35 to 40, we have 10 people who answered the question, which is 4%. So we have 45 and above, which is almost like none, yeah, very few. So this is the age, those who answer the survey among the students. The next is what do you do? This is a kind of a question we found out. What do you do when you miss the bus? So these are the students who answered the question. Then 88 people answered saying that waiting for the next bus, which means that they have to wait for the next bus to come because when the bus leaves them. So the next is walk to your destination. Some of them say when they miss the bus, some of them say when they miss the bus, they walk to their destination, so they can't wait anymore. So we have almost 55 people who said that, which is 22%. The next is some people say they should take a free bus. We have 29 people who said who suggested that they would take a free bus rather than waiting for the next bus. So that's 12%. The next is order a Grab. Some people suggested that they want to order a Grab rather than waiting for the bus. That's 12%. So next, I'll be talking about what do they think about the solution to this problem. So as you can see, this is their suggestion: increase buses, provide other means of transportation, uses shortcut, make a suitable schedule, allow students bring their own vehicle, and in the rush hour, morning 7 to 11, promote the usage of bicycle. UPM students should have buses only for themselves, and ELS should have for themselves. So encourage bus drivers to move on time. So these are some of the suggestions we collected from the respondent. So this is their suggestion. We have out of 250 students. So the next is how long do you have to wait for the next bus to arrive? So as you can see there, we have some people say 15 minutes. So they say 15 minutes the bus comes, while some people say 30 minutes, and while some people say 45 minutes, and some people say 1 hour. So these are the evidence here. So that's it. The next one I will pass it to my friend.
Why do you stay? Figures show that 59% of 250 live in the colleges, and 41% of the students live outside. How often do you take the UPM buses? Figures show that 58% out of 250 students take the bus every day. 22% take the bus sometimes, and 20% take it rarely. Have you ever missed the bus because it's your fault? Figures show that 22% out of 250 miss the bus every day. 61% miss the bus sometimes. 12% miss rarely, and 13% never miss the bus.
Thank you for our friend because he shows the evidence for our report and the proposal. Okay, now I want to present to you about the cost of action. This we have two parts, which is first is advantages and second is disadvantages. Okay, first I want to highlight about the advantages of the proposal that we wrote. First thing first is it can avoid struggle that always happens among students when traveling on a bus. This is always happen every day because we will see at the bus stop there are a lot of people struggling to get into the bus. This is very not suitable action for the university student. Okay, secondly, all students can reach the destination at desired time and reach the destination securely. This is why I said this because many of university students in the college especially cannot reach the destination at the time. This is because when he waiting at the bus stop, he or she don't have much space to get in the bus. This is will make he or she need to wait for the next bus, and it will take about 30 minutes and 1 hour based on our studies and our investigation before. Okay, next is bus system in UPM will be more systematic. This is when the bus system is more systematic, this will make everyone is easier to get anywhere and every time. And then the UPM bus system will be efficiency and efficiency. Okay, next we go to the disadvantages of our proposal. First is the cost will be increased. This is the advantages for the UPM bus system, and because when we need to the first suggestion that we got is increase the buses. When we increase the buses, this will make UPM need to increase the cost by the buses and also give the salary to the driver. And then lastly, the bus use is not environmentally friendly because it releases carbon monoxide. When the bus around in UPM, it will release a lot of carbon monoxide, and this is UPM is like friendly university, so this is not good for the environment. So the next presenter, I will pass to my friend.
Okay, thank you, my friend, because presenting about the course of action. Now, I will present you about the method we use to collect the data we made. So, there are 3 methods we use, which is interview, online survey, and questionnaire. The first thing we do is interview. We actually try to go to the bus stop at PFC and FVP, trying to interview them about the issue that we present about, which is the shortage of bus UPM. And the second one about online survey. The online survey we made, we use Google Form, and we try to give to all the to give at the group WhatsApp. For example, the college group WhatsApp and FVP group WhatsApp, and we get about 100 of respondents with the online survey. And the next thing, we use questionnaire. Questionnaire, we try to print out the question and we give to our class so they can answer the question and we get the data from it. And these are the photos that we get from collecting the data. Yeah, the data. And this is the photo of the interview. So, yeah, the method we use is this 3. Okay, so overall we get 250 respondents total of these three methods, and there are students in the campus and the student who lives off the campus. So, but we can assume that respondents from live off campus use the bus or not. That's it from me, and I will pass to the next presenter.
Okay, let's move on to the conclusion about this topic. After analysis of the shortage of bus in UPM, we got the suggestion and the recommendation about the way to solve the problem. The first one is more optional transportation. And increase student buses. UPM should separate the buses for year-less and university students. Allow students to bring a care car, encourage the use of bicycle. So, according to this suggestion, we can see we need to add the mass transportation of the traffic system in UPM. We can take a bicycle, drive a car, and increase the bus. And we also can divide the UPM student for language students and faculty students. That's more effective. And let's move on to the next part. Okay, I will do the conclusion of this topic. Based on the survey, half of the respondents give us the best solution to solve the problem is to increase the number of the bus. Because the bus system is the most important in the UPM. Almost every student needs this transportation to move from the one place to another place. So if the number of the bus not enough, they will cause a lot of problem like absence in the class, late in class, and a lot of the traffic jam. So I think a good system of transportation not only make it easier for students to move, also can let students like university students organize their time very well. And just as they said, my partner said, the increase the bus drivers is also important, because sometimes the bus just free inside the road or alongside the road, because the drivers need rest, so they don't use the buses. So, and also some university drivers are part-time job. They are not full-time, so they need to take their time. And also the safety of the students is also important. So I know university need to think about this kind of problem. So if we can increase the salary of the drivers, increase the number of the drivers, that will be more effective in the transportation of UPM. So majority of students are not satisfied, saying that the university buses are not enough for fetch students from one location to another, because some students are poor and they don't think when they go outside they only can choose this way. So if they can solve this problem, the UPM will be better. Thank you.